Well, welcome class of 2014. My name is Imad, and I'm a senior here at the college. Thank you. Love you too. Alright, so as I look at all of you here today, I wonder why you chose William and Mary. You know, we as your soon-to-be peers were once in the same situation you were, deciding where we were going to write the next chapter of our lives. You know, we remember the tiring summer tours, the dweeby tour guides, the arguments you had in the car with your mom and dad to the college. I think we can all agree that we remember these fun times. However, you know, what was it about this institution that among the other outstanding ones from across the nation, you chose to come here? What was the deciding factor that brought you to this place? There are a multitude of reasons, such as academics, cost, legacy, size. For me, it was a little different. See, it starts back in 7th grade. I'm from Fredericksburg, Virginia, and the private, I hear you guys. The private school I attended decided to take a standard Williamsburg tour. See the guys in the pointy hats, pet the horses if we were good, and then end at the governor's palace, what everyone else does. So, during the day, we were given some free time to roam around. Now, back then, I was a fatty, I had no friends, but I did have a rolling book bag, and I had braces, so yes, my social life was awesome. Anyway, so I started my exploring at the campus bookstore. I had a gray William & Mary hoodie that I bought, extra large. And after I bought that, I crossed the street at Prince George and ended up at the Baskin-Robbins. I bought a large chocolate ice cream with chocolate sprinkles. And then finally ended up on campus, actually at the formal entrance of the Sunken Gardens. So I parked my book bag, and with ice cream in hand, I looked out at the sight before me. And I realized it was a beautiful March day, about 65 degrees outside, not a cloud in the sky, and no one else was out there. It was just me and the college. And as I stood there, I got this weird feeling. And guys, this is gonna sound cheesy, and I probably sound like a loser right now, which I definitely am. But you know that feeling of when you belong somewhere? Well, I felt it like that. And from then on, I knew this was the place for me. In fact, I applied nowhere else, and I went on 2 other college tours just so I would have something to complain about with my friends in high school. And because of that feeling, I decided to apply here. And it was the best decision I have ever made, guys. Now, fast forward, you know, to the spring semester of my freshman year, 2008. It was at this point that I hit what I call my midlife crisis. See, I come from a Persian family, which means I'm either going to be an optometrist or a dentist. So, naturally, I decided to pick dentist. And so that meant from my sophomore year of high school on, I was training to become a dentist prodigy. I was shadowing dentists, you know, and I thought I had it all figured out. All right, 4 years undergrad, 3 or 4 years med school, boom. Come out with a career ready to, you know, change lives and teeth. Simple, right? Well, you know, it turns out that in order to be a pre-med major, you have to take a lot of chemistry. And it just so happens that I'm god-awful and obscenely bad at organic chemistry. So, you know, I was in class one day, and then suddenly, I just panicked, and I started feeling overwhelmed. You know, and before I knew it, something wasn't right. It just didn't click. So, you know, before I knew it, my life plan literally crumbled right before my very eyes. So what did I do? Naturally, I freaked out like it was my job. You know, I was thinking, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna graduate? You know, what are my parents gonna say to me? Am I gonna get married? Am I gonna be homeless? I thought of all these ridiculous things. And my midlife crisis had begun. So, I was blessed in that of all places to have a midlife crisis, I decided to have one at William & Mary. So what did I do? I talked to my friends, faculty, you know, my parents for sure, and I worked with the Career Center here. And eventually they guided me on what I should do, and fortunately I figured it out, and my crisis was averted. I decided to major in government, minor in finance, and I hope to go into law school this coming year. You know, from this experience, my friends and this community really taught me something. First, don't freak out if you don't know what you want to do yet, or if you fail, which I'm guilty of, or, you know, if you just have to change your game plan. I promise you can and will adapt. But the most important thing they taught me was to do what you love at this school. Do nothing to pad your resume. All right, guys, that's what high school is for. Here at William & Mary, we thrive off our active and passionate student body. You do things here because you believe in the cause or endeavor. Here on this campus, it's okay to be yourself and to create your own identity. You know, the identity you held in high school is the past, though if you decide to be a nerd, you're gonna fit in just fine, I promise. You know, here is where you're gonna really become an adult, and you're gonna fully grasp who you are as an individual. Now, you know, this can seem kind of scary, and the transition can definitely seem daunting, but you really have nothing to be worried about. You will prosper and succeed here because of the love and care that this community provides, whether they be faculty, friends, or administrators. Trust me, as an unsuccessful high school nerd who became a semi-successful / mediocre college nerd, I promise you guys will succeed. All right, thank you.